A single sentence triggered the collapse of an empire. No invasion, no revolution, just confusion and courage. For 28 years it divided families, until one night changed everything. The Cold War didn't end with a bomb. It ended with a mistake. Crowds gathered, guards hesitated, history waited. 20-minute cinematic script. Narration-driven, dramatic pacing, immersive sound design. Scene 1. The Wall of Concrete. Cold open. Visual. Dark screen. Sound of hammering concrete. Barbed wire silhouette. Narrator. In 1961, a wall rose overnight in the heart of Berlin. It wasn't just concrete. It was fear. It was ideology. It was the front line of the Cold War. Families were separated, friends divided, and escape meant death. Scene 2. Why the Wall Existed. Visual. Archival footage. East versus West contrast. Narrator. After World War II, Germany was split. The Soviet Union controlled the East. The United States, Britain, and France controlled the West. In 1961, East Germany built the Berlin Wall to stop its citizens from fleeing. Nearly 3 million had already escaped. The wall stopped them, brutally. Scene 3. Life in East Berlin. Visual. Gray streets. Surveillance imagery. Narrator. In East Germany, the secret police, the Stasi, watched everything. Whispers could mean prison. Protests meant disappearance. Yet, beneath the silence, change was building. Scene 4. The cracks begin. Visual. 1980s protests. Candlelight marches. Narrator. By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union was weakening. Its leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, introduced reforms. East Germans demanded freedom. Protests filled the streets of Leipzig. The regime trembled. Scene 5. The press conference. November 9, 1989. Flashbulbs. Narrator. A government official named Günter Schabowski stepped before reporters. He shuffled papers. He read new travel rules. A journalist asked, "When does this take effect?" Schabowski hesitated. Immediately, without delay. It was a mistake, but the world heard it. Scene 6. The crowd gathers. Visual. Border checkpoint at Bornholmer Strasse. Narrator. Thousands rushed to the checkpoints. Guards had no orders, no confirmation, only growing pressure. The world watched. Would they fire, or would they open the gates? Scene 7. The gates open. Visual. Barriers lifting. Tears, cheers. Narrator. At 11:30 p.m., the guards stepped aside. The wall was no longer a barrier. It was a memory. Strangers embraced. Families reunited. People climbed the wall, laughing and crying beneath the Brandenburg Gate. Scene 8. The world reacts. Visual. News headlines worldwide. Narrator. In Washington, in Moscow, in London, leaders realized the Cold War was ending. Germany would reunite in 1990, and Europe would never be the same. Scene 10. Legacy. Visual. Modern Berlin skyline. Narrator. Today, only fragments remain, but the lesson echoes. Even the strongest walls can fall when people stop being afraid.